Ladies and gentlemen, Rise of Kingdoms has just revealed a brand new update coming soon, update 91 Moon and Star. So today we're going to take a look at these update notes so we can see exactly what the future holds for Rise of Kingdoms. But first, what's going on, guys? Cheers. Now, as you guys know, I am a partnered creator with Rise of Kingdoms, which means they support a few videos on the channel every month, just like this one. But the most important support comes from you guys dropping a thumbs up down below and subscribing if you haven't already. Okay, let's start with the Ramadan event series. It says take part in the Ramadan event to win amazing rewards. By Star and Moon event, log in every day to acquire buy bars and Mehmed II, which is really interesting. We've never seen a specific event that just gives you a free legendary commander, like a gold key commander. That's really cool, and I really like this idea. I don't know how we're going to be able to obtain Mehmed II in this way. Ideally it would be a free way to do it, right? It just says log in every day, so maybe on like the 7th day you just get 10 sculptures of Mehmed or something like that. I have no idea, right? This is speculation. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more as we read here, but I really love this idea because obviously in 2025 the epic commanders for older players are completely irrelevant, right? Nobody uses them for anything except for maybe killing barbarians occasionally, right, in home kingdom. But getting Mehmed II is incredible because, as you guys know, a gold key commander, typically you will max a gold key commander for free through gold keys exclusively, but it takes about 5 years, right? That's how long it took me to max my Mehmed, right? So getting more sculptures of Mehmed I think is incredible, especially because I recently made a video, you guys might have missed it on the channel, but I made a video recently where I talk about the best gold key commanders in Rise of Kingdoms, and little spoiler alert, Mehmed was near the top of that list. So if you guys want to know why I like Mehmed so much, check out that video if you missed it. But I really love that we're getting more free legendaries here in the game. Moonlight Fanas, acquire star candles and use them to light your Fanas Ramadan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this here. Complete daily quest to earn star candles, which can be used to light it, and acquire crescent candlesticks. Once you've used a number of star candles each day, you can send your allies a gift. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can exchange crescent candlesticks for an exclusive holiday themed decoration and name plaque. And I don't know if we've ever had exclusive Ramadan decorations in Rise of Kingdoms. Like, this is obviously, we just had the Chinese New Year, we're still in the Chinese New Year events, and previously, you know, obviously Valentine's Day is coming up. We've seen a couple of Valentine's Day events, but I don't know if we've ever seen Ramadan specifically, so this is very nice. Light of the Hilal, purchase to earn a special avatar Firebird. A special avatar, that's interesting. They didn't say avatar frame, they didn't say like name plaque or anything. They said avatar. These are avatars, right? So are we going to be getting a new avatar in 2025? I mean, we got this one in 2024, which I think is pretty cool, but this one was locked behind like actually spending on the official Rock website. So who knows? Firebird avatar, that could be something interesting. Chat with your city's commanders to learn a bit more about Ramadan customs and earn rewards. I like that a lot. Next up, new season of Conquest story, Keener Blades Pioneer event coming soon, elite units and mastery skills. Oh, interesting. As you progress through the Lost Kingdom Chronicles and Coalition technology tree, you'll be able to convert your units into new elite units and unlock unique active skills. Okay, Coalition technology tree, complete various tasks to earn tech tokens which you can use to unlock new combat techs in the Coalition technology tree. Arena occupation, new arena holy sites come with a unique occupation mechanic. As your coalition continues to occupy an arena, your occupation level for that arena will increase. All members of your coalition will receive a buff based on your occupation level, even if you lose control of the arena. Brand new map, battle it out over a new brand new map featuring 6 camps struggling for supremacy. So this just gave us like a ridiculous amount of information, but it also doesn't specify anything at all, right? So first of all, new units confirmed. Well, they're elite units, right? So as your coalition technology, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever had coalition technology in any other story before, have we? I don't think we have. So okay, we have a coalition technology tree, which is crazy. You can convert your units to new elite units and unlock unique active skills. That's really interesting. So when I think of active skills, I think of obviously commanders with their active skill, you gain 1,000 rage, or in other commanders, for example, like Gorgo, it's 900. Like, you use your active skill when you gain enough rage. Does this mean that if you have these new elite units, you're going to have additional active skills because of that? Or I'm thinking potentially, if we think about the way that Call of Dragons works, if you guys have ever played Call of Dragons, they have an artifact artifact system where you actually have skills on the artifacts on your armies, and you can actually manually activate those and they do something, whether it's a forward facing a fan, or it's like a specific circular AoE in a specific spot, or you gain march speed for a duration, or you like teleport, right? There's like really interesting stuff there that they could do with Rise of Kingdoms. Not sure. I suspect it will be similar to how active skills are already in Rise of Kingdoms, but I mean, it says unique active skills. That could be anything, right? They literally don't specify at all. So that's going to be really interesting to see how this works. Obviously, right, when we think of elite units, I mean, that kind of feels like a more powerful version of existing units, right? So if you have, right now we have tier 4 and tier 5 units. If you have an elite tier 5 unit, is that not just, is that tier 5.5, right? Like what are we doing here? Anyway, obviously, you know, I'm excited to see how this works. I'm really, you know, this actually looks really cool. I'm optimistic about this because this looks very different. And also I like the idea of coalition technology, right? Because when you think about KvK tech and you think about individual, like personal crystal technology, that is going to depend on the individual's ability to log in every day and do all your tasks and maybe buy a few bundles, right? If you have coalition technology tree, maybe it's possible that, you know, you have the whales who spend a lot and you have the hyper active free-to-play players who are online all the time, and maybe they can both benefit from each other's like perks that they bring, right? Like the players that are on all the time and the players that spend a lot. This could be a really interesting like kind of a merging of those two, and then everyone gains the benefit of that, which I think is really good. So really interested to see how this works. Arena Holy Sites sounds cool. I feel like there's other games like AOEM that has like you can occupy certain cities and you can upgrade their level, and you know that gives you a bunch of different perks. I wonder if this is going to be similar to that, except for, well, really I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea how it could be the same or different. But the fact that even if you lose control, you still gain it is nice, because that means that, you know, let's say you put a lot of work into a specific arena and then you want to give it to an ally or something like that, you at least still gain the benefit of it as you had it. That's really cool. So really interesting to see. This is an interesting conquest story. I'm excited to see how this actually works. Let's take a look at more information here. Lost Kingdom optimization. New Lost Kingdom domain optimization. Adjusted domain slot allocation. When adjusting your alliance's battle roster, governors who have left your alliance will no longer be automatically removed, and instead must be manually removed. Okay, each domain now has separate kingdom titles. Titles granted by a domain will only take effect in the Lost Kingdom. At the start of your matchmaking phase, the system will record which domain your king belongs to. Titles granted by this domain will take effect in both the Lost Kingdom and your original kingdom. Okay, so I suppose this is part of it. Like we have the domain regent here for Jack. Perhaps this is part of that. I'm not really sure. Our kingdom has not been in any KvK so far that breaks the kingdom up, as far as I recall, so I don't have exact experience with that myself. Each domain now has separate kingdom titles. Obviously, titles granted by the domain will only take effect in the Lost Kingdom. Improve the logic for determining whether or not to split a kingdom into domains. Kingdoms will now be split into domains based on their activity level rather than the power of their active governors. Okay, really interesting stuff here. Modified the effects of certain holy sites in the Heroic Anthem Season of Conquest story. Also added more barbarian camps and rebalanced the different player camps. Will only take effect in stories that begin after the update. Okay, so interesting to see that they're still working on Heroic Anthem. I mean, this is a very popular KvK, right? So continuing to optimize that over time is really good. After the update, resource points will no longer spawn in the Lost Kingdom's central province, which is Kingsland. Okay, basically before the central buildings open. Okay, so that's really important, so that way you can plan your flagging strategy, right? Obviously, if there's just like a bunch of resource nodes, that really limits how you can plan. And then like, let's say you wake up the next day for Kingsland and now you see that there's actually resource nodes in different spots that mess up your flagging. I suspect that's why they added this. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, I'm not kingdom leadership, so I don't plan those types of things, but that's interesting. Of course, added a brief intro video for the first time you enter the season 1 Lost Kingdom. That's very good. I know a lot of players are always wondering how KvK works when they're brand new. Shorten the third phase of Eve of the Crusade by 12 hours, replacing it with a 12-hour announcement phase. Okay, so the third phase of Eve of the Crusade, isn't that the one where you kill barbs and rally forts Am I bugging? Man, it's been like over a month since I've been in KvK. I can't even remember now, but a 12-hour announcement. I wonder what that's going to be like. I don't know. Evo the Crusade event items will now be removed at the end of the Lost Kingdom rather than at the end of each stage. Okay. If you do not receive a slot for your current Lost Kingdom, you will no longer automatically use your crystal chest and will no longer be able to acquire crystal. Okay, that makes sense. If you purchase the premium crystal supply during the season of conquest, you will unlock the instant research feature in the Crystal Research Center. That's really cool. So I suspect the instant research feature is going to function similarly to like adding talents to a specific commander instantly, right? So for example, if I wanted this, I can click upgrade and it instantly like upgrades all the prerequisites. I suspect that's how that will work for the crystal technology here. That, I mean, that's what makes the most sense for me logically. Who knows, right? But I really like that because a lot of times I'll know like, okay, this is my next goal, and then you have to go in and like manually do it. But like, how is that going to work if obviously like it would have to spend your speed ups automatically as well, right? Unless it like queues up all of them all in a row. I have no idea. So I'm curious to see how this is actually going to work. Maybe there's an obvious thing that this is all about and I'm just completely missing it. Who knows? In the season of Conquest Lost Kingdoms, the time to gain an additional Bastion quest refresh has been reduced from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. Let's go. This is huge. I love that. That's really amazing. I hate waiting for Bastion quest, bro. Oh my god, bro, it's so annoying. So I really am happy about that. That's awesome. Ark of Osiris and League updates. Season 9 is about to start. Okay, big news. Battlefield skill rebalancing. These changes will take effect in the Ark of Osiris Golden Battlefield and practice matches and custom matches after the update. They'll take effect after the playoffs. Adjusted parameters for the running charge, swift march, boar drums, mystical formation, and total vision skills. Hard push now costs 2 energy bars. Parameters have been adjusted. Desert Storm now deals damage based on both a fixed damage factor and the target's max units. Okay, parameters have been adjusted. Reduce max number of caravan visits for the stocking up skill. Its parameters have been adjusted. 4 new battlefield skills. These changes will take effect in the Ark Golden Battlefield. Okay, all the same things as before. We have Inferno. After a brief warning period, the area around an allied troop bursts into flames. Half the troops in the flames lose a percentage of their max units every second. Okay, so like a damage over time, but like a strong one. Chosen at random regardless of team. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Time Warp resets the cooldown for all your battlefield skills and reduces the energy cost for your next one. Interesting. Sun Sailor allows you to place 2 solar barks on the map. Troops regardless of team that get within the solar barks will be teleported to the other bark and gain a temporary bonus to march speed. Oh wow, this is gonna, I feel like this is gonna change a lot for Ark of Osiris. No march. While this skill is active, it takes less time for your team to capture buildings and your team earns more points from occupying. In addition, allied troops will deal more damage when attacking buildings and less damage when garrisoning them. Wow, okay. Reduce the thickness of march path lines to make them less distracting. That's probably good. So from what I can see here, and I don't play Ark, but this looks like big changes to Ark of Osiris. You can let me know in the comment section below if I'm right about that. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows, right? Event optimization for Realm of Mystique added a new auto cast setting. When enabled, your roll skills will be automatically cast against suitable targets. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm sure it's probably better to not auto cast, but at the same time, like when I'm streaming this, right, it's nice to like, I'll probably turn this on because I'm like talking to chat and things like that. I'm distracted, right? And it's just important to always be casting your stuff. ABC, you know what I mean? ABC, if you went to business school, you know, ABC, always be casting, right? So that's really important. That's really cool. I like that a lot, especially if you're like playing Mystique and you've got like Netflix on the second monitor, right? Same sort of thing. Added troop automation. If someone on your team goes idle, the game will automatically automate their troop to continue fighting. The AI will choose who to attack and what skills to cast. That's amazing. That's really, really good. It feels odd that like, does this mean players are just going to go AFK? Can everyone just go AFK and then like the game just plays itself out, right? Like I don't know. You can now change your role after entering Realm of Mystique if you haven't yet dispatched. Okay, that's cool. Champions of Olympia updated the configure commander's interface in balanced mode. You can now adjust your commander's equipment, talents, and armaments. That's really good. I noticed this in my last live stream that you can't change that on that screen, which is nice. The player with the highest contribution score on the losing side will now earn extra activity points. That's really good. You're not as punished for having just terrible like teammates. The Hierophant Valley map is now available for ranked. Optimized point acquisition for Hierophant flags. Okay, cool. Feature optimization, commander strategy optimization, simplified skill descriptions, added simplified versions of every commander skill. You can freely toggle between the simplified and full versions of each commander skill. Okay, this is something that AOEM does, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I hated, not that I hated this, but I immediately turned this off, right? A simplified version of a skill description to me is completely useless, right? As for me, like somebody who wants to understand the game to its fullest and understand all the mechanics and understand how everything works together, a simplified version implies that you are omitting information, right? So to me, this is useless. However, for new players, this is probably extremely useful, right? Some of the commander skills, like for example, King Arthur, right, his active skill is effectively 2 active skills in one. It's just a big block of text, and it's very intimidating for new players, I imagine. And like reading every skill for there's 100 commanders in the game these days, right? So like this is probably really good for new players, but for me, I will probably never use this feature, right? Who knows? We'll see. Skill preview commander pages for commanders you haven't recruited yet will now have a short video clip showcasing their skills. Okay, really interesting stuff there. I wonder how that's going to go. Iconic 5 equipment effect adjustments. Oh, this is big. Okay, Shattering Strike melee version. Damage bonus can now also apply to combo attack damage. Okay, Perplexing Ploy can now be triggered by combo attack damage. Wily damage reduction can now apply to smite damage and combo damage. Shattering Strike ranged version can now also apply to ranged combo attacks. So ranged combo attacks confirmed, they're coming. Okay, Bewildering Barrage can now be triggered by ranged combo attack damage, and fixed incorrect description of Wailing Wolves gauntlets. So big changes here. But basically they just took all the tier 5 iconics and said, okay, whatever damage dealt or mitigation, this applies to every type of damage. Okay, that's basically what it is. Really cool stuff here. Obviously it makes sense. The iconic 5 came into the game like around the time or before the time of combo and arch formation and like normal damage with smite. So really it makes a lot of sense here. Optimized attack march logic. Attacking marching troops will now fight smarter. They will now always prioritize nearby armies and will be much harder to lure behind enemy lines. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this might be a big deal for mobile players, and I mean also for PC as well, but especially mobile. So the attack march feature, if you guys don't know, this is a setting that you can actually turn on here in the customization. It's called attack march. Basically you select a location on the map and then tap the attack march button. When attack marching, the troops will automatically hit anything they encounter along the way, right? If a target troop leaves your pursuit range, your troops will stop pursuing the target and continue to its original destination. Troops will not attack buildings or rallied armies, which is very good. If you order multiple troops to attack march and they have multiple enemy troops within their pursuit range, your troops will not necessarily attack the same target. That's a problem. So basically what they're saying is they're optimizing the logic of that, which I think is very, very good. So they fight smarter. They'll always prioritize nearby armies and nearby enemies and will be much harder to lure behind enemy lines. So interesting stuff here. Added the ability to reserve defender class kingdom titles. In the kingdom titles interface, you can tap the magnifying glass next to each defender title to open the title reservation page. Select the time slot you want to reserve. If the king or a ruler approves your application, the title will be automatically granted to you during your selected time slot. Kings and rulers can choose which titles are open to application, enable automatic approval for given title, and set the duration of each title reservation. Wow, okay, that's really interesting. So wow, I mean, okay, that's huge. I feel like a lot of kingdoms have their own ways of already managing kingdom titles, but having a way to do it like this is also very, very good. Quality of life improvements. Added a quick dispatch button to the state forum. Whoa, so I suspect there's just going to be a button where it just dispatches all 8 of these to like the first 8, which I mean, thank God, right? Because like, why not? Why would that not be a thing? So I'm really stoked about that. Added a travel X10 button to the state forum. Wow. Okay, that's huge because I hate having to click through all of the pop-up stories and all the dialogue and stuff, and then you have to click the skip button in the corner. This just does 10 for you automatically. Love that. Right now you just click the button twice and you're good to go. Love it. Optimize searching for resource point. If another governor's troop is already on its way to gather from a resource point, or the resource point has low reserves, it will be given lower search priority. Huge. Let's go. Also, stop leaving before the resource points are fully deleted, guys. What the hell? Like, this game's 6 years old, you know not to do that. Stop it. Remaster optimization. After the update, a pioneer test for the remastered map will begin in certain kingdoms. You can switch back to the classic map at any time. Whoa, okay, this is big news for remastered various season of conquest stories. For stories that begin after the update, you can choose whether or not to use the remastered map during your registration. You can switch back to classic at any time. In remastered maps, holy site runes and friendly troops will now be shown as an outline if they're being blocked by a mountain. This is feedback that I gave them. Let's go. I literally said that runes were hard to see around the mountains, which which is very good. So okay, this is huge in certain kingdoms though. I want this to come to every kingdom, man. What are we doing? Like let's go, man. I'm stoked for this. The fact that you can switch back to classic at any time is super good. I really like this a lot, so thank God for this. Shout out to the devs for working so hard on this for so long. Filtered in the battle overview layer will now be consistent with strategic view filters. In addition, alliance fortresses can now be seen in the battle overview layer. That is amazing. More ways to view fights is very good. Alliance optimization added a search feature to the alliance members page. Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay, so just being able to look for a specific governor there is huge. Increased alliance pass limit to 200 governors, huge. Alliance leaders can now send an alliance invitation to the kingdom chat channel. Wow, okay, really big stuff here. Added a quick approval setting. If enabled, alliance leaders and officers will receive an unobtrusive notification whenever somebody applies to join the alliance. This notification can be used to quickly accept or reject. So I imagine it'll show up in like the bottom corner, like the alliance helps or something like that. It'll just pop up and be like, hey, do you want to accept? You hit the checkbox and there you go. When removing a member from the alliance, you can now provide a specific reason for removing them. Okay, cool. Added a development overview graph, which you can find by opening your profile and tapping more information. The graph will show you your overall development in various aspects of the game and how you compare to other governors in your kingdom/lost kingdom. That's very good. I know a lot of players always want to know, like, okay, should I be building like a 5th army right now, or is it not worth it because my equipment's not good enough, that type of thing. So this is going to be very good, not just for new players, but like even older players are going to really benefit from knowing where do they stand like in their community, basically, which I think is very good. Added language-based chat channels, which include all kingdoms in your current season. Ooh, okay, that's really big. Other changes: added a new kingdom bugle item. You can use this item to make a statement in your kingdom chat channel, which will be pinned to the top of the chat. Nobody seemed to like this, but this was the least obtrusive of the 3 that they introduced. Added a new Lost Kingdom bugle item. If you're in season 1 or later, you can use this item to make a statement in the Lost Kingdom chat. Full transparency, I think this is a horrible implementation. I do not like this at all. That's just my opinion. I think it's going to be used for bullying purposes 100%. I can't see that. I don't see the benefit of this, to be honest with you. It's going to be used for bragging, harassing. It's going to be used for trolling, really. It's going to be used for a lot of those things. It will be used occasionally for good things as well, like not to be like too pessimistic, but again, I just don't see the benefit of this, to be honest with you. Epic quality engineering blueprints will now be added to tavern equipment chest after the season 2 Eve of Crusade event. That's really good. Prime Ragnar will soon be added to daily special offer bundles only in Sock Kingdom, specific launch time TBA. Okay, that's good, I guess. In season 3 kingdoms, list of reward commanders for the mightiest governor and Wheel of Fortune has been expanded to include all commanders. Wow, wait, in season 3 kingdoms, the list of reward commanders for the mightiest governor and Wheel of Fortune events has been expanded to include all commanders. So that just any commander. So okay, so like it doesn't matter what troop type they are. Okay, if you've built the state form, you will be able to purchase conversion stones in the shop, which can be used to convert armaments. First of all, what shop? There's no shop here. There's no shop in the state forum. But they're talking about these, right? These conversion stones. That's going to be really good. Purchase conversion stones in the shop, which can be used to convert armaments. Maybe it's just going to be like in the regular, like this is the shop, right? It's literally the shop. Maybe it's going to be here. Maybe you could just buy conversion stones in here for like gems or something. I don't know, but that's really, really cool. I'm really stoked to see that, how that's going to work. Optimize the visuals and interactivity of World Wanderer China. Okay, cool. Corrected the description of Edward's active skill, Archer's Honor. The rage reduction from the Archer's Honor only triggers when Edward uses Archer's Honor, not whenever his troop uses an active skill. This change is purely textual and there's no, okay, wait, what? Corrected the description of Edward of Woodstock's active skill. Did they change it already? What even, let me see here. This commander's been in the game for like 5 years. Like what? Deals direct damage to the blah, blah. Whenever this commander's troop uses an active skill, it loses 300 rage, cannot drop below 0. Okay, so what did they say it was changed to? The rage reduction from Archer's Honor only triggers when Edward uses Archer's Honor, not when his troop uses it. Okay, that's fine, whatever. No one's using Edward anyway. Your city hall now needs to be at least level 10 to spectate other kingdoms. Okay, let's do this. How about you have to be level 10 in order to talk in Lost Kingdom chat, and better yet, how about level 25 for Lost Kingdom chat? That's a good answer right there. All in all, this change, these are like really big changes. Honestly, I feel like we've been on a roll here. I feel like Lilith has been on a roll with introducing some really big changes to the game over the last few months, and all of them have been like relatively positive. I mean, I'm excited for a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you guys. I'm stoked to see what this new Season of Conquest story is, how elite units and mastery skills work. I'm excited about coalition technology trees. I think that's really cool. Getting Mehmed II for free, very awesome stuff here. I love a lot of this stuff. The Lost Kingdom optimizations, all the quality of life things are like really big here. I'm really loving this stuff. It sounds like they're like really tapped in to what the community is asking for and delivering on those requests pretty quickly, to be honest with you. The only thing here is like the Lost Kingdom bugle. I think this is very unpopular. I haven't heard really anybody happy about this, so who knows, maybe they can figure out a better way to do that, or just maybe remove it entirely. But all in all, like, this is a really good update, I think, and I'm stoked to see how this works as it comes into the game. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. What are you most excited about in this upcoming update? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're down there, drop a thumbs up on the video. It really helps out the channel a ton. It really does push this video out into the algorithm so other Rise of Kingdoms players might see it. And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel. About 65% of you guys are not subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe later if you don't want to be subbed, and if you want to be notified the next time breaking news comes out, then click the bell to be notified the next time I upload a Rise of Kingdoms video. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.